set out for a remote location high in the mountains, where I plan to camp solo for the night. The next day I would make my way 50 miles on dirt to visit a historic town. But due to a costly error, it altered everything. I'm Andrew, and this is Coast to Coast Off-Road Adventures.
What's up, guys? Welcome to Coast Off-Road Adventures. If you're new here, my name's Andrew. Today I am airing down and going an alternate route to Crown King. I'm doing this because I want to find a possible route that is something I can do with some Patreon members. So with that in mind, head over to Patreon. The link is in the description. Join at any level and you can be invited and come along on some of my trips with me. So this route is probably between 70 and 80 miles of dirt, and I will end up in Crown King. So the plan today is to get about halfway there, camp out, and finish my way to Crown King tomorrow. So stick around.
Would start at Lake Pleasant. Using Onyx, I would plan a route starting on Castle Hot Springs Road, taking me past the turnoff to the back way of Crown King, and following along an alternate route for 50 miles to the historic town. I would then leave via the Senator's Highway for an additional 25 miles, making this route nearly 85 miles in length. Alright guys, so this right here, this road right here is French Creek Road. That is the normal way that you would go to the back way to Crown King. I'm not going to do that today. Me and a couple of my buddies have that trip planned for later this month. I'm out today doing some scouting for a route that could be a Patreon group, like I mentioned. So what I'm gonna do is stay straight, and this is a blue and green trail, so not as hard, something that everyone could do if they have just a normal four-wheel drive rig. So that's what I'm out here doing. I'm gonna check this trail out, see if it's good, see how technical it is and what kind of vehicle I think you need to have in order to do it. So that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna continue straight. So right back there was the Castle Hot Springs Resort. I have a feeling that pretty soon beyond that point, this road is going to start getting more technical. Up until now, a Prius could go down this road. In fact, I have seen some. But past that resort, I think the road gets a little less and less maintained, so we shall see. So like I suspected, two things I thought. First is I wouldn't see anyone past the resort, and that has been true. I have not seen a single vehicle past the Castle Hot Springs Resort. So that's a good thing, because when we come out here, we don't want to be surrounded by a bunch of people, right? We want to have some peace and quiet and tranquility. The other thing I suspected is the road is starting to get a little rougher. It's a mix of rutted out wash crossings that they're not challenging or anything. They're just you have to slow down to go through them, and then you're back on somewhat of a gravel road, and then you have to slow down again. But I imagine that it's going to get more and more rough the further I get back in here, and the closer I get to Crown King. I imagine it's going to get more and more rough. Like right now, this is a pretty rocky wash that I'm going through right now.
I had left later than I wanted to. I had only been on the dirt a couple hours, and the sun was already edging towards its golden hour. I had a destination in mind, a campsite I had scoped out for a Patreon run. I wanted to see if it was big enough for several rigs, but the road was getting more rugged, the miles passing slower. I may be arriving in the night.
You guys think I need a new windshield? I think it's about time for one. This is what I saw right here. Gonna turn around and back up right there, have that as my view. I made it here before dark too. Let's go find some rocks.
There's always a feeling I get when I arrive at camp, a kind of relief mixed with excitement. The moment the dust settles and you step out into the stillness, it's almost like the world takes a breath with me. Or maybe it's the routine, leveling the truck on rocks, cracking open the rooftop tent, and then a cold one, splitting firewood, cooking dinner, cleaning dishes, then getting lost as you gaze into a fire. Or maybe it's the freedom of knowing I'm all alone. Whatever it is, even though the house is hundreds of miles away, to me, camp feels like home.
Now would be a perfectly good time for me to tell you about this video's featured sponsor, and that is Oxilam, the handheld car vacuum. This vacuum right here comes in a simple carrying case, has two powers, low or eco, economy, and then high. And when I get to camp and my truck looks like a mess from all of the firewood bouncing around and all the getting in and out and dirt, I use this vacuum right here to vacuum my truck bed out, as well as my floor mats and carpet. Does an amazing job, and right now you can use my code C2C20 for 20% off of this vacuum cleaner. Thanks to Oxilam for this awesome vacuum, and I'm gonna clean my truck right now. Now my truck's clean. So use the code C2C20 for 20% off of Oxilam's handheld car vacuum. And thank you, Oxilam, for sponsoring this video. All right, back to your regularly scheduled broadcasting. In 3, 2,
Every time I go on an adventure, I can't help but think of how people used to live, and how grateful I am for their back-breaking labor that gave us the roads and trails we get to explore today. Their rig, a horse and buggy. Their grocery store, the earth they turned by a mule and plow. Their refrigerator, a stone cellar they dug out beneath the cabins, likely built with lumber harvested from neighboring trees. Sitting by the fire, I try to imagine what life must have been like in these mountains 137 years ago. 1888, the year Crown King was born, out of hope, grit, promise of gold, sheer determination, and a dream. I think about the comforts we all too often take for granted. Fire starters, propane stoves, diesel heaters and heated seats in our rigs. They weren't even in the minds of those that built these towns. And still they stayed. They carved their own paths with a pick and hammer, built houses, raised families, and left their fingerprint on the lands we now enjoy for recreation. For me, this place is an escape. For them, it was survival. Tomorrow I'll make my way into Crown King and make a costly error that would jeopardize this whole adventure. But for now, I'll reflect on how far we've come and honor those who came before us. Join me next week for the conclusion of this adventure. I'll leave you a couple more videos I think you'll enjoy. I'll see you over there.